Oh no. A little bit of Turkish news. Turkey inflation is at a 24-year high of 83% after rate
Turkey
cuts.
jumped to a 24-year high 1 week after the central bank cut interest rates again. Inflation now stands at 83% according to the State Statistics Agency. However, an independent inflation research group claims that the actual rate stands at a whopping 180.
Ak günler yok abi. Ne ak günü? Ak günler döviz altında ak gün görebilecek mi Türkler amına koyayım? Ha? Sadece kara günler var Türkler için amına koyayım.
6%. The Turkish government had said inflation would fall with its new economic model.
Ak günler değil, yarrak günler var sadece Türklere. Öte giren şemsiye açılmaz. Balık ekmek 30 lira. Oha. Hamsi tava 50 lira. Oha. Tavuk döner. Ben büyürken Türkiye'de tavuk döner 5 liraydı. 5. Vay amına koyayım. İyice boku yemiş Türkiye yani. Hatta daha bile 3 liraydı. 3. 3 liraya tavuk döner ayran alırdın. Şimdi 20 lira olmuş lan. Ulan tombik ne? Sadece tek tombik olan şey orada parası lan. Oha chat is a expression of shock. It's also very rude to say it like that. But also, I'm saying it's like, chicken shawarma is 20 liras now. When I was growing up, it was like 3 liras. Chicken shawarma was cheaper than regular et döner, which is meat shawarma. And meat shawarma was like 5 liras, and chicken shawarma was like 3 liras with an ayran on the side too. And now it's fucking 20 liras. It's crazy.
Which prioritizes low interest rates to boost production and growth. And how are people in Turkey coping? Take a look.
Not good.
Prices are high. We're really struggling. We have 2 children who go to school. We are only earning minimum wage, and it's hard to make a living.
19 yaşındayım ve
I'm 19 years old, and I'm not hopeful. I don't think the situation here in Turkey will improve. I don't see a future here. I actually want to go abroad. This is true for most of us.
I don't think inflation is around 80%. It's much higher. I don't know whether the official figures are true or not, but the inflation I feel is much more. That's why it's getting harder and harder to live.
All right, so a difficult situation there for people in Turkey. Ekrem Ekici is here, my colleague from DW Business. Ekrem, remind us, what is the cause for these galloping prices in Turkey?
Well, short answer is the cause is the economic policy of Erdogan government, which is based on cutting interest rates more and more to drive up production and growth, as we heard just earlier. And this is going on since at least a year now because they started to cut interest.
Bro, everybody want to do America shit, but they're not America. You are not him, okay? And I mean this for even like currency mismanagement done by like the Maduro regime in Venezuela, right? Like you do not control the dollar, okay? Like the entire global economy revolves around the petrodollar. It's sold on dollars. They can do that. You can't. It's so wild that these countries think like they have any kind of autonomy within their own countries. You don't. Only America can do this. Turkey can't do that. So when Turkey tries to do it, it doesn't work. There is no MMT for Turkey. Okay? It doesn't work that way.
Interest rates back in September 2021 based on the new economic model.
And for the record, like doing this in the midst of massive inflation is insane. Even America's not doing that shit. Even America is like finally increasing interest rates right now in an effort to try to combat or temper inflation. Okay?
That is aimed at driving the growth by cheap loans so that companies can borrow money on cheaper rates and drive up employment and therefore drive up exports and making imports unattractive, so that the pressure is broken over the Turkish lira, so that Turkish economy will be back on track again. But so far what we have seen is otherwise.
Ekrem, the Turkish government has said that inflation would fall with this new economic model that you mentioned there. But inflation is only increasing in line with what we know from traditional economics teachings. Does that mean that Prime Minister Erdogan will change course anytime soon?
No. He made it clear several times recently he won't change course because he sees interest rates as his biggest enemy. And he has signaled just last week that they will go down even further. That means that we will expect more inflation in coming months. And the thing is, with this new economic model, they haven't really achieved their targets, which was, like I said before, which was driving up demand on Turkish lira over foreign currency, but this didn't happen. This cheap loans over Turkish lira are not directly going to production, but they are basically going to reconversion to foreign currency and stocks the cash reserves of the companies, because it's a very volatile economic situation.
As you mentioned, volatile economic situation. We've seen people complaining, saying how hard it is at the moment to cope with these galloping prices. People go to the polls next year in Turkey. What does all of this mean for the government?
Well, if we look back 21 years ago, Turkey was in a very similar situation, and that's what brought the AKP government in power in Turkey. So we might as well face a deja vu moment 21 years after. But for that, we are still yet to see what is the alternative. For example, what the opposition is saying. And we will probably soon have answers.
Ekrem Ekici from DW Business. Ekrem, thank you.
Ekrem Ekici. Ne ekiliyor Türklerin götüne? Şemsiye işte.
Yep. Turkeys.
Genuinely didn't realize how out of the loop I was with things going on in the world until I started following you recently. It's nice to follow someone who's way less biased about the information they give compared to the news outlets in my city. Thanks, us. No, I am biased, but everyone is biased. And the difference is I recognize my biases and I openly admit them.